Law is shifting, and the old map doesn't work anymore. This is Legal Pirates, a podcast for founders, operators, and personal injury leaders who don't wait for permission to lead change. We are category designers and collaboration friendly. Each episode explores the moves reshaping how law is built, delivered, and trusted. One question guides every conversation. What map are you using now that the old one no longer works? Let's navigate the shift. Hey guys, I'm here with David Ellis of Nito. David, how are you? Thanks for coming on,
Thanks
pal.
for having me on, Nick.
Yeah. So can you tell us a little bit about what you do in your business?
Yeah, I'm the CEO of Nito, which is a voice AI product. So we build virtual call centers for law firms that answer the phone, make phone calls, do texting, do emailing, really any sort of client communication you need to do. We handle for you using AI agents.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So all voice? Is that your specialty?
Voice is our specialty. We also do texting and email, but voice is kind of what we're known for. Our voice product tends to be one of the best in the market. So
interesting.
Everybody seems to love it. Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool. So does it do everything from like follow-ups, from pre-intake to on the prospect side to all the way through?
Yeah, typically firms start using it either for reception or intake or both, and they use it for overflow and then supplementing or oftentimes replacing after-hour human call centers because it's more efficient and less expensive. And then as the firm gets used to using AI voice and gets more comfortable with it, we start working it further down the customer journey into doing monthly medical checkups, TBI calls, making phone calls or sending text messages telling people they have a court date, whatever you would like to update them on during the case management part of the journey.
So that seems like, obviously super valuable. Is the outcome that, as the follow-up is better and better, the outcomes at the end of the day will be better?
Yeah, we find that, we hear firms that, especially in the customer journey part of it, complain, hey, we can't get a hold of this person that we have a case with. Well, it's because the firm hasn't talked to them in 2 months. And so this idea that you can do persistent and consistent communication using AI, it keeps the plaintiff engaged, right? And so when you do need to get a hold of them, you've been talking to them, so you're not like trying to figure out where they are and figure out they moved or
So just here at the AI for PI Expo, it seems like you're a little bit different than the other AI softwares that I've talked to.
Yeah, we look at our AI software. We actually don't look at it as a software. We think of it as employees. They're AI agents, and people are still getting their mind around the idea of you have employees that are now virtual, right? So our AI talks to the customer, and then it actually interacts with your software tools. So if you're on Smart Advocate or Litify or FileMine or Neos, our AI is actually in that case management system, updating, making records, changing statuses, gathering information, communicating it to the customer. So it's just like a human actually interacting with your software platforms.
Oh, wow. So it also locks in, and how does that work? You just set it up API-wise?
We're connecting APIs and then telling the AI, hey, if this happens, update this field, and that's how it works.
Yeah, cool. I don't want to get too in the weeds on the technical side, but so that seems awesome. Do you have any? Well, first of all, how did you get into that? How did you get into Nito?
Yeah, so 5 years ago, somewhere in there, I exited my last company, and that company did telecommunications contact center services for a lot of the Global 1000. So if you called Delta Airlines and talked on their phone, the company that I was with managed that phone system in that contact center.
Oh, I see.
So I exited that business, and I was thinking of what I wanted to do next, and I was like, well, what if I took what I knew about phone systems and contact centers and call centers with AI, what if I could build the software but replace the humans with AI and make it more efficient and create an experience that's different but in some ways better than human? And so we started on that journey building that 4 years ago.
Cool. And then that's amazing. So now back to Nito, the end user, when they're hearing this, they know it's an AI. How does that work?
It's different for every person. If you call it knowing it's AI,
right,
you're going to go, wow, this sounds pretty good, but you can tell it's AI. I mean, it has little gives or little tells. We get people that call it that don't know it's AI, and they'll talk to it for 15 minutes and have no clue. In fact, we had a case the other day. It actually wasn't a law firm. It was for a roofing company that we support home services as well. So a person called in. They had a tree that fell through their roof. They talked to the AI for 15 minutes, told the AI all about their issue, scheduled an appointment to get their roof fixed. And at the end of the 15 minutes, the person said to our AI, I just want to tell you, you have the most pleasant phone voice I've ever heard. If I didn't know better, I would think you were recording, but I just want to compliment you on how pleasant your phone voice is.
Come on.
And the AI thanked them, and they ended the call, and the person talked for 15 minutes and had no clue. It's not that way every time.
Yeah,
It
that's
depends on how
amazing.
the call goes, but it's getting really good. And the cool thing about AI and these voice models is they get better like monthly.
Right.
So like what you're hearing today is pretty good. Give it another 6 months, and it's going to be kind of scary where we're going with this as we develop these voice models further.
Oh my God, I just have so many questions about this. But so what are the? I mean, I imagine people's objection or fear is that there are the guardrails. Like, what if it says the wrong thing, or how do we guardrail around that?
Yeah, it's so here's the funny thing about that is because AI is new, and especially AI voice, like trusting an AI to talk to your customers is so new. People are hypersensitive. Like our customers are hypersensitive. So, but I would argue if you listen to 100 calls from an after-hours call service and 100 calls from the AI,
I know where this is
you
going.
would actually find that the AI has a better success rate of sticking to the script, saying things that are in compliance, not because humans slip up.
Oh, I
Very
never
often,
thought about it that
but
way.
you don't audit the human calls like you do the AI calls because everybody's so sensitive to the AI right now.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Maybe we should, right?
we do. We
Oh,
actually
you do?
We listen to them and we go, wow, some of the things that the humans are saying are actually far more out of compliance than what the AI says.
Oh wow.
Because the AI sticks to it does. If you give it guardrails, it will stick to it. We're beyond the point with the AIs where it's doing silly things like we've heard in the early days of AI agents where they were giving away trucks and making up policies for airlines. It just doesn't do that anymore if you know how to make it work right.
Right.
But if it says something wrong, it's typically because you've told it to say something wrong.
I
You've
gotcha.
given it bad information.
Right. So when you say that you've told it to do something, so how customizable is it, and how much involved are you in the implementation process?
Yeah. So our team, our team is fully white glove service. So you come to us, you tell us what type of agents we build. Usually it's a reception and an intake agent to start. We go through a 90-minute onboarding process with you where we fill out this pretty extensive form about everything from what are we naming the agent to how does she talk, what's her personality. We have some law firms that their brand is literally to be kind of rough and tough and rude, and so we program the agent to be a little short.
Interesting.
Others that are like extremely empathetic.
Right.
And then we go through all the case types you take.
That's
we talk about
fascinating.
qualifying questions, what you do with the case types. So we start off probably about 90%, and then we tune 10% for each law firm specifically.
Oh, I see. So that's amazing. So you have all kinds of different voices and even feels, right?
Yes.
Like some want to be empathetic. The first thing I thought was like, oh, we're bringing empathy into human interactions with AI, which is counterintuitive to begin with. But it's not just empathy; it's whatever you want it to sound like.
Yeah, we have different voices. Some firms prefer a really young, lively voice, and some people prefer an older voice that's a little more mature and gives more confidence. It really just depends on what you're looking for, what you're trying to. We want the AI to emulate your firm's brand voice and tone, and so we do our best to build the agents to do that.
Well, you've already told the story about the person that was using it and didn't know, and they were talking to it for 15 minutes. Are there any other stories of like outcomes from your clients or things that they're saying about it that's how they're using it even?
Yeah, our favorite application. I mean, answering the phone and doing all that's really cool, and everybody likes to talk about that. The thing that I think maybe provides the most value to firms and they underestimate the value is our chasing. So we use the AI as basically an automated outbound dialer system where you get a lead in from a form fill, or maybe it's a lead that you've been talking to and can't get a hold of them anymore.
Oh.
You put it into our system and the AI starts following up with them over voicemails, text messages, and we'll call them consistently to get them back on the phone to re-sign the case. And what it does is the AI randomizes and learns when the best time to call people is. So instead of calling at 9 a.m. every day and the person doesn't answer at 9 a.m. every day, the AI is calling at 9 and then 7 and then 11 and then 3, and it's hunting and trying to get the person on the call. And so we're rescuing, out of 1,000 dead cases that you may have, leads that you would say are dead.
Right.
We're rescuing for some firms up to 15% of those into
oh my God.
cases.
So that's just like low hanging fruit.
Consistent and persistent, right? Some of these cases will sign after we've been reaching out to them for 2-3 weeks, and a lot of law firms will stop calling them after 2-3 days.
Sure, it's in the follow up.
Yeah, it's in the follow-up.
Of course.
Yeah.
Because most people are not. They don't call back at all.
Yeah. Exactly right.
And somebody told me a funny story that our clients, when they are looking for a personal injury attorney ready to sign with somebody, they have all these browsers open and they're just going to see who's going to pick up the phone first and who's going to communicate the best.
Yeah.
So this kind of solves that.
Yeah,
that problem.
You get a lead, and within 30 seconds, you can have the AI calling the person, getting them
from
on
the
call.
form to the call.
Yeah.
Awesome, David. That's so. Just to wrap this up, is there anything that you want our viewers, listeners to know, to take away from the conference?
Yeah. I mean,
or with AI in general?
I think with AI in general, it's here. It's here to stay. It's not a bubble. You have to be really careful who you partner with, because there is a lot of what I like to call vapor out there in the market.
Okay.
Overpromise, underdeliver. We try to not do that, but AI is still somewhat unpredictable, and people want AI to be more human, but they also want it to be perfect, which is kind of a contradiction, right? Like, humans are imperfect, so therefore, if you want AI to be more perfect or more human, it has to actually be less perfect.
Interesting.
The way it talks and its tone and its
mistakes every once in a while.
So as you're deploying these things, you have to have this reasonable expectation. Like, I can't have both. I can't have human-like and perfection.
Interesting.
So finding that the happy medium, the compromise between those two things, is what you really should be looking for.
Oh, that's such a different and brilliant insight. Yeah. And I appreciate you being so much different than everybody else here. It's like I haven't heard this angle, so it's you have a nice little carve out for yourself.
That's what we're shooting for.
Yeah, awesome. David, thank you very much for coming on and talking to us. It's been fun.
To talk to you.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks for listening to Legal Pirates. Remember, the old rules aren't coming back. Follow the show and keep charting your own course. We'll see you next time.